pacing back and forth. Oh, I don't understand why you're standing right here. All your shots have scored. No, scratching at the scars you left on my skin. We fight and we fall and we rise through it all till we find what we want, then we lose it all again. Your touch on my skin, pull me close, take me in. Just me, just you, lost in the moment.
Hello my gems, it's Karen. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new, hello. I'm real glad you clicked on this video. So today I am doing a look with the Ofra Mini Good To Go palette. I think this is, yeah, the Mini Mix palette because we got it in Boxycharm. I have actually got mine a couple months ago on Boxycharm and I saw that it was coming out again this month. So I decided I would do a quick look with it just for you guys, and if you have any questions, put them down below, but let's get started. Okay, so the Ofra Mini palette. I decided not to straighten my hair today. It needs a break. I want to keep it healthy. I put MAC paint on my eyes though. I've got it in one contact so you guys can see the difference because I'm doing a review for contacts too, and you're going to see a video of that at some point. Okay, so this is the palette that you guys are getting. I got this and the other palette a while ago, and I remember trying the mattes in here, and the mattes weren't that great, but I wanted to do a look with it today so you guys could get an idea of what you could do with this. This is what the palette looks like. Ofra generally has pretty good products. Their eyeshadows I'm not too hyped up about. Let's just put it that way. Okay, so we need some brushes. There's a couple colors in here I like. You may want to use your fingers over brushes for some of it, but we'll get to that. Okay, so we've got this blush here down at the end, and I'm thinking of trying that on the lid, or maybe we can go with this color up here in the corner. I'm going to go in with an MOTD brush, and we're going to go in with this color up here in the corner. There is kick up in the pan, and it's like a really light beige with like a peachy kind of undertone. It's definitely pretty. Forget the value of this palette. I may put that on the screen for you, but I wanted to do a look because I know a lot of you have chosen this, so I thought let's do it. I like to build up colors on the eye, so I like to go in a few times with each color. I'm just using circular motions and back and forth motions, basically just to blend everything out. I know that the one color in here did not blend well for me last time, so we're going to stay away from that. And I'll show you which one it is, just so you know. Okay, so this is a pretty color. Here's what I'm thinking. I'm going to go in with some shimmers. I don't usually use shimmers in the crease very often. It's usually when I have a palette that doesn't work real well with mattes. There is another matte shade in here I could use, but if I'm going to use the shimmers and do a look from this palette, I'd rather just start off with the shimmers. So I'm going to go ahead and grab this shimmer right here. Alright, so we're going to use this Referral brush, and I'm going to put a little bit of my Tarte setting spray on here just to help minimize fallout. And then I'm going to dip my brush in here, and we're going to put this right in the middle and towards the outer part right here. But we're going to take the shadow and blend it in, so this way the shadow doesn't fall down here. And it's a little bit wet from the setting spray, so I'll have to go back in and blend more. So you may not want to use setting spray, but I did. So I'm going to dip it back in here. See, without the setting spray, you have to build it up. My brush is still a tad wet, but go ahead and use some more setting spray. Love doing my eyeshadow. I need to get back out in the sun. Ooh. Who went to the beach this year? Let me know. Definitely want to know if you've done anything down in the comments below. I think I'm going to go in with this brush here. I'm not sure how well it's going to blend, but we're going to try it. Yeah, this is one of those floppy brushes that doesn't have a whole lot of control. See how it's wiggling around in my eye? So let me grab one of my trusty Morphe brushes or my blinged brushes. Let me go in with this Morphe brush here. This is from the Sweet Oasis collection, I believe. We're just going to blend this in. Do the same thing over here. Okay, so some of the colors could have went together if they would have worked really well, but like I said, the mattes are kind of in here. You could have actually put these two together, these two together. These two here, kind of out of place, but you could find a use for them. I went in with this one at first, and then I went in with this one. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take one of the highlighters here, because you got your blush down here, your bronzer here. Here's a highlight. I'm going to put that on the inner corner here. And now I'm thinking I'm going to take this color here, shimmer shadow, and put that right here. This is a very dark one. I like it. This palette's just odd, you know? Okay, so I've got these colors down. Now I want to find something to go in right in here on the lid. So I think I'm going to go in with this part of the highlighter right here, and we're going to pop some of that right here and blend. You can use your finger to blend. Okay, now I want to grab a inner corner highlight brush if you have one, or a small angled brush like this one here. This is the $1 Billion Brows. We're going to go ahead and put some setting spray on it, and I'm going to go in with the lightest highlighter in here like I did for that inner corner. What I'm going to do is basically put it right here. Do that little swoopity boopity thing that I do, and drag it over. As you can see, this is not one of my favorite palettes, but you can get a decent look. Don't be afraid to put highlighter on your eyes as eyeshadow. It can definitely help, especially with brightening things up. You always want to brighten up the inner corner and make it a little darker towards the outer. It just helps your eyes look bigger. Unless you have bigger deep set eyes, then you would actually emphasize a little bit light here, but you would kind of bring it out and up with your shadow instead of doing it this way. Okay, so yeah. Go back in, make sure everything is blended. Go back in with a little more brown. Put that out here. And then we're going to get into some liner. Make sure everything is blended. You can always find detail. I think what I'll do is I will take that same highlight and we'll do the brow bone with it right up here and blend it down. And now I want to grab a blending brush that has nothing on it. Let's go in with this Jaclyn Hill one. Those are like my favorite, I will say. And what I'm going to do basically is make sure everything is nice and blended. And now we're going to do some liner. Alright, I'm going to use black liner. Do a liquid liner on the top. I still have some eyelash glue stuck on my lashes. Okay, so we're going to try a new gel liner. It is the Kylie Cosmetics new and improved revamped. So this one here is in black, and I haven't used any of her products except I tried an eyeshadow palette once and I didn't like it. So, ooh, this is very creamy and very pigmented. Ooh, I'm liking that a lot. Okay, we can do that. I don't usually put liner up here, but, well, not pencil liner. Let's try it. Huh, okay, cool. I'm liking that a lot. Now, I think I'm going to, if I have a stiffy clean, yes, I need to know. I might have one, I don't know. It will go in with this eyeliner or brow, I don't know, it's an IT Cosmetics brush. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take this brown that I put up there and I'm going to coat the brush with it. I'm going to put that down here. You can stamp it in, wiggle it in, whatever you'd like to do. I have to be careful because I have a contact in. And yes, just one. I wanted to see the difference. Actually, I was doing that for you guys. I wanted you guys to see the difference. Because I will have a video up on colored contacts soon. Okay, so I got that color in here. Now what I'm going to do is grab this blending brush that I was using and dip that into this other color, the light one that I used when I first started, and I'm going to put that right underneath here and blend. So this way we have a combination of the colors that are on my lid underneath. A note to self, wash your brushes, Karen. Okay, so we got that there. I think I'm going to go ahead and go in and do some mascara and some lashes, and then I'll use the blush and the bronzer from this palette. So give me a minute. Okay, so the blush in this palette is not one that I would have chosen with this eye look, but we're going to use it since it is part of the palette. This to me is like an unfinished palette. Like you got your highlighter, you got your bronzer, but there's only one shade. You got your blush, but then it doesn't really go with most of the eyeshadows. So it's not like you could take this palette, be on the go, and it'd be fine. It's just not done. It needs more. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and dip into this blush, and we're going to put that right here. It's pretty, but I would have rather have used a coral blush. Let's check out this bronzer. I did use my NARS cream bronzer earlier. It's my favorite, but we're gonna try this bronzer on this Luxie brush here, and we're just gonna see how it works. It goes okay with the blush. Not bad. All right, so let's go ahead and grab a highlight brush. I should have one. I should have one. Should. I thought I saw it. Hello. Yeah. Here we go here. This here is the Jaclyn Cosmetics. I'm just going to go ahead and sweep this brush over the highlighter, mixing some of the colors that's in this palette just to see what we could come up with. Highlighter is nice and bright. I'm liking that. Barely need any. Let's do the tip of the nose. The bridge. Okay. Setting spray and a lippy. And then we can talk about this palette. Okay guys, so the Ofra Mini Good To Go palette. Not a palette I would use. But I got it in Boxycharm and I used it one other time. It was the time that I got it and I noticed that it was in the box again for this month. So I wanted to go ahead and show you that you can get a look out of it. It's probably not going to be your favorite palette. The highlighter is super pretty. You got a couple different ones in here, or you can mix it all together like I did. It's just these matte shades that are not that great. The bronzer was okay, not too bad. The blush is definitely pretty. I forget the value of it, but if you got it in Boxycharm, use it for sure. Is this something I would take on the go with me? No, because I don't like the mattes and the color story is kind of all over the place. So that is my thoughts. I do hope this video helped you out in some way. If it did, would you let me know in the comments below? I would love it if you enjoyed the video to give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, I'd love it if you take a chance and join the family. Give this channel a try, and I will see you guys real soon in another video. Bye.